afternoon, everyone. We are Group 4, and today we will be present our Psda project Phase 2. Our topic is the influence of social media usage on impulse buying behavior among university students and young adults. My name is Kam Jun Hong, and together with my teammates Alvin Tang, Lim Ping Guan, Albert Lee, and Wong Enric, we conduct this research using inferential statistical techniques in R. Social media has become an essential part of everyday life, especially among university students and young adults. Platforms such as Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Twitter are not only used for communication, but also for entertainment. Online shopping, influence, marketing, and personalized advertisements. Because of this, our group want to investigate whether spending more time on social media would encourage people to make more impulse purchases. Phase 2 apply inferential statistical methods to determine relationships are statistically significant. Our study has four main objectives. Number one is to determine whether the average amount impulse spending differ from RM 150. Secondly is to investigate whether daily social media screen time is related to monthly impulse spending. To determine whether screen time can predict impulse spending using regression analysis. And finally, to examine whether demographic factors such as gender and preferred social media platform influence spending behavior. Now, I will pass the presentation to Alvin, who will explain our dataset and methodology.
Okay, so thank you. Now I will explain about the dataset and methodology. So our dataset consists of 60 responses collected using Google Forms, and the questionnaire gathered information such as gender, employment status, primary social media platform, daily social media screen time, monthly impulse spending, impulse purchase frequency, product categories, questions about advertising influence, and purchasing behavior. So this sample size satisfies the requirements for performing inferential statistical analysis. So before performing the statistical test, we clean the data set using R. So the pre-processing steps included removing the RM symbols from spending values, converting Likert scale responses into order factors, and converting purchase time into numeric hour values, and checking the data structure to ensure compatibility with statistical functions. So these pre-processing steps improve the reliability and accuracy of the analysis. So we perform 5 inferential statistical analysis. So there are 1 sample t-test, Pearson correlation test, simple linear regression, feature exact test, and also one-way ANOVA. So each test was selected based on the type of variables and the research objective. So next, Lim Ping Guan will present the hypothesis testing and correlation analysis.
Thank you, Alvin. And the first analysis examined whether the average monthly impulse spending differed from the claim value of 150 ringgit. The results show sample mean equal to 118.09 ringgit and the p-value equal to 0.1426. Since the p-value is greater than 0.05, we fail to reject the null hypothesis. This means that the average monthly impulse spending is not significantly different from 150 ringgit. Okay, so next we investigate whether the daily social media screen is related to monthly impulse spending. The Pearson correlation coefficient was R equal to negative 0.0675 with p-value equal to 0.6082. This indicates an extremely weak negative correlation. Because the p-value is much greater than 0.05, the relationship is not statistically significant. In other words, people who spend more time on social media do not necessarily spend more money on impulse purchases. Now I will hand over to Albert Lee for the regression and additional statistical analysis.
So thank you, Pingguan. To further investigate the relationship, we perform simple linear regression. For the regression equation is monthly spending equals to 141.15 minus to 4.94 times to screen time. And the regression coefficients was negative and suggesting that the everything is additional hour for screen time is associated with approximately RM 4.94 lower monthly spending. However, the regression p-value was 0.608, indicating that the slope is not statistically significant. The model's R square value is only 0.0046, meaning screen time explains only 0.46% of the variation in impulse spending. Therefore, daily screen time is not a reliable predictor of monthly impulse spending. We also examine whether gender influencer respondents prefer social media platform because some category had more expected frequency. Fisher's exact test was used instead of chi-square test. The p-value obtained was 0.6967. Since this value is greater than 0.05, we conclude that gender and preferred social media platform are statistically independent. Finally, we compare the average monthly impulse spending among users of different social media platforms. The ANOVA produced a p-value of 0.127. Again, this is greater than 0.05. Therefore, there is no statistically significant difference in monthly impulse spending across different social media platforms. So finally, Wong Anrik will conclude our presentations.
Thank you, Albert. To summarize our findings, the average monthly impulse spending was not significantly different from 150. Daily social media screen time had no significant correlation with monthly impulse spending. Screen time was not a significant predictor of spending. Gender did not influence respondents' prefer social media platform. Different social media platforms also shown no significant difference in impulse spending. Overall, our initial expectation that greater social media usage would increase impulse buying was not supported by the statistical evidence. This project allows us to gain valuable experience in complete statistical analysis process. We learn how to formulate hypotheses, clean and pre-process survey data, perform inferential statistical analysis using R, interpret p-values, confidence intervals, regression modules, and hypothesis test result, and communicate statistical findings in a meaningful way. For future research, we recommend increase the sample size, including respondents from different universities and age groups, investigating additional variables such as monthly income, financial literacy, self-control, shop habits, and promotional exposure. These variables may better explain impulse buying behavior than screen time alone. That concludes our presentation. Thank you very much.